Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're building a house in The Sims 2. The title of the video says it's a small house. I think that is subjective. I mean, it is smaller than what I usually build. I did not know what to build for this at all, guys. I had no thoughts. I just went in. I was winging it. Sometimes I'll pull up like a floor plan or whatever to get inspiration. We did none of that. We did what is your classic box and then went off of that for a house. I think that it turned out pretty okay, to be honest with you. Could it have been smaller? Absolutely. But that meant that I would have had more space to decorate outside, and you guys know that I hate landscaping in this game because I never know what to do. It's like that for all Sims games. I am not good at the exterior decorating. I am pretty good at the interior decorating, although I struggled a bit with this. You'll see later on, we go through some changes. First off, I really struggled to find the fence, like the interior fencing, balcony, railing, the railing, to match the stairs that we went with for the inside. For some reason, I had it in my head that the stair railing for that was from Mansion and Garden or Apartment Life, but apparently the stairs themselves are from the Sims 2 like base game, meaning that the stair railing was also from the base game. But because I have so many custom fences, which I don't even really use, and I just have so many fences in general because I own all of the packs for this game, and I hate the fencing category, I struggled a lot to find the damn fence. I also struggled with the layout for the living room. I really wanted to have a fireplace. I don't usually put fireplaces in my builds in this game. I don't know why, because I do usually put them in Animal Crossing. I really like them. I think they're cozy. It might be also because the fireplaces will literally start a fire in your Sims house, but that's neither here nor there. So I wanted to have a fireplace. I wanted to have a TV either on top of it, because I have some TVs that are like tabletop items, like they can go on top of tables or whatever, or have like the wall mounted TV, which would have been fine, except the TV would have been too high in either situation. It would have been too high if it was on top of the fireplace, like sitting there, or if it was just on the wall mounted. And I think that the living room TV is the only TV in this house. I don't typically put TVs in my Sims rooms just for gameplay purposes, because sometimes they'll be stupid and they'll turn it on while the other one is trying to sleep, like if it's a married couple or whatever. And I don't want to deal with that. So overall, I think that we did good with the build. Like I said, the kitchen is smaller than what I usually go for. The bathrooms are pretty small. I also can never remember what side the toilet has to be on when it's next to a tub or a tub shower combo in order for the Sims to access the tub. I think that it has to be on the side next to where the faucet is, but maybe I'm incorrect. I don't know. I know that it's very specific in The Sims 3, and I think it is also in this game, but I can just never remember because I've been doing more building than I have been gameplay. Speaking of which, we're in Pontevane. I don't think I mentioned that at all. We're in the custom neighborhood that I've been working on since like God knows when, since I basically started playing this game again. And we are on what I think I called Oak Ridge or Oak Ridge Road or something like that. It's the street that the last couple of house builds that we've done are on since we finished Lilac Terrace. It's just like a residential street, a little side street, if you will. Some of the smaller homes I think are on there. This one is definitely smaller. I also need to remember to turn off neighbors when I'm in a lot building, because it makes it very difficult when I am going into tab mode to take a picture of the lot and also to do the tour, but mainly when I'm trying to like take a picture of the front of the lot for the thumbnail. Sometimes if it's where a house is like directly across the street from this one or whatever, like is the case with this particular build, the house that's across the street, like the, you know, fake version of it, the lot imposter, I think it's called lot imposter, it will get in the way, and then I'll have to do some finagling with cameraman mode, and it's just annoying. And I want convenience. I want to work smarter, not harder. So I need to remember to turn off neighbors. I think that's the reason why I also have hood decor turned off, because also sometimes I'll think that a tree that is in like the neighborhood decorations but visible from my lot is a tree on the lot, and I'll try to pick it up because I'm dumb, and also because my vision is bad and I can't tell if that's a real tree or if that's just part of the neighborhood decor. If you're new here, I'm low vision. Hi, hello. I don't know about you guys, but I've really been enjoying the Animal Crossing update. For those of you who play Animal Crossing, you guys know that the 3.0 thing came out recently-ish to me recording this video. Actually, it came out like a week ago from tomorrow. Today when I'm recording this, it is the 21st? The 20th. It's the 20th. It's Tuesday. The 3.0 update came out basically like almost, well, I won't say 24 hours early. I think it came out like 14 hours early because it was supposed to come out at 10 a.m. Japanese Standard Time on the 15th, which would have been 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Instead, it came out on like the 14th at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, apparently, which is wild to me. They pulled this with the 2.0 update too. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, though. I couldn't enjoy 2.0 right when it came out early because my Switch was in the process of coming back to me from Nintendo because the fan was like dying and I needed them to fix it. It would have been fine if it had come out when it was supposed to, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. I did end up getting it the day that 2.0 dropped, like officially, like when it was supposed to be out, like that following day it did arrive, which was great, but that's neither here nor there. I'm really enjoying the update, although I hate the lag. Every time I leave the hotel, my island lags like hell and it's awful. I talked about this in my 3.0 overview video when the update came out, and everybody else is having that issue too, so I'm glad that it's not just me. I'm hoping that Nintendo will issue some sort of stability patch for it, because clearly there's some issue with rendering the island when you leave the hotel for some reason, regardless of what's going on, and it's awful. Like, it was so bad earlier that I literally saved and quit and then just relaunched so I would just spawn in from my house. It was just so bad. If you go into another building and leave, it fixes it, but my issue is the way that my island is laid out. If you haven't seen any of my Animal Crossing videos, I have to go through like a big marina in order to get to Punchy's house, which is the closest house, and that's even if he's home. I also have to go through that marina to get to Nook's Cranny. It might help if I placed a pipe, like the Mario Warp pipe, right near the hotel to be able to like fast travel to somewhere so I could go into a building, like maybe put one at my house and then put the other one at the hotel or whatever. But also, I don't really like having the pipes there. I don't want to have them there permanently, and you have to go to the hotel like every day, basically. Well, you don't have to, but I've been going every day because I want to order the new items from the shop, and the last couple of days that I've played, I've had tourist villagers that are lost that you need to convince to stay at the hotel for a day. And by convince, I mean you just talk to them and you take them to the hotel and you build a VIP room for them, which is a thing that I think I also talked about in the 3.0 update overview that I did, but whatever. We're talking too much about Animal Crossing. This is a Sims build. I never link all of the custom content that I use in these videos because there's just way too much, and honestly that's also an incentive for me to finish my website and link it in my link tree, which is always in these videos. If you guys are interested in following me elsewhere on like my other socials or whatever, my link tree is there, and it will soon have the website for all of my gaming content that I've been working on in the background off and on, because I do have a sort of custom content database on there. I was using a Google Sheet to have this database, and it got really annoying because it was very picture heavy and it was really difficult to load it, and so now I've just migrated everything over to the website, which also the database for the custom content, particularly for the default replacements. For the regular custom content themselves that I use, not so much, but for the default replacements, there's a lot of pictures, but they're small enough where it shouldn't take too much difficulty to load the web page. And also because I'm not using like a Google Sheet, I'm using like an actual real website powered by WordPress, I think it'll be fine. I mean, it's been fine when I've tested it, so I hope you guys will check that out whenever I finish it and link it, and then you'll be able to see all the custom content that I use. A lot of it is from Jackie93 Sims on Tumblr, and Lord Crumps, also on Tumblr, and Platinum Aspiration, who's also on Tumblr. A lot of my custom content is from Tumblr users, and then like just stuff that I grabbed from the default database, which some of it is from a couple of those people, I think. There are some, I feel like, pretty common names in the Sims 2 custom content world, and I have a lot of custom content and default replacements from those people. I'm also in the Sims 2 community Discord server, and I got some links from there as well for the stuff that I use, and I get stuff from Mod The Sims. I don't use the Sims resource. I do have some things from the Sims resource in the Sims 3, but I didn't go to the Sims resource to get them, I think. The only thing that I have is like that half landing staircase that Gossick and Ainge did like a million years ago when The Sims 3 was actively being played by everybody. And I think it still kind of is now. But anyway, I have that staircase and I think just like the parts that go with it. And I think that was really the only thing that I have from the Sims resource, but that's not even in this game. I used to use the Sims resource so much back in the day, like when the Sims 2 was actively being played and the Sims 3 and whatever. But then I stopped, mainly because of all the ads. And also I would rather just like support people who have their own independent places that they host their stuff on. I mean, a lot of Sims creators do put their stuff on Sims File Share and use Tumblr and whatever, but I don't know. That's just me. Let me know where you guys get your custom content from. In other news, I think we're supposed to get like a foot of snow here this coming weekend. For context, for those of you who may not be aware if you're new here, I live in Southern Virginia. I'm originally from the Boston area in Massachusetts, and the news here has been calling for like about a foot of snow. They don't know though. They never know. So I'm looking forward to that because it shuts down whenever it snows here. Whenever there's like a threat of a snowflake, everything shuts down because they don't have the equipment or the funding for the equipment to be able to like plow and salt everywhere. So they'll do like the big multi-lane roads, but they will not obviously come into the neighborhoods, which means that I might be stuck in my house for a bit. But honestly, I'm not going anywhere, so that's fine by me. Like, it's not the end of the world. It's so interesting though, because like I said this in a recent video, if you're watching this when this comes out, when I was up in the Boston area for Christmas visiting family, it did snow there. Granted, it wasn't a lot. It was like maybe half a foot, maybe less than that. I don't know. But they pre-treat the roads with brine or whatever. So like it's safe to be able to drive and stuff. Obviously, they could never do that down here because of what I just said about the equipment and the lack thereof. Anyway, we are done with the build here. Overall, like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. Could I have done more to make the outside look appealing from the curb? Like given it some more curb appeal? Yes, probably. But you know what? I think it's fine. I think that the inside is both comfortable and functional. I didn't decorate it too much with like decor items because like my thing is this lot is kind of move-in ready. Although one of these days I should just make an actual house with just the kitchen and bathrooms done, like how they have in this game in general, that are just completely move-in ready, like cheap. But I never use any of the cheap appliances, and that's my big struggle here. Thank you guys so much for watching though. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.